Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the box we're making today, and the following video was filmed live, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot. We are using the Most Wonderful Time product medley tonight, and that is on page 39 of the holiday catalog. So when I was trying to decide what product to use instead of Frankie, I've used so much already in the catalog, although there are several things I haven't used yet, but I was limited to this size because I didn't want to make it any bigger. So I decided, I love the paper, I love the stamp set. I have not used the dies yet, but I'm going to commit to at least showing you 3 or 4 more projects using this product medley. So again, it's on page 39, and it comes with so much product that I did want to go ahead and show you that, just to show you. So you get these embellishments, the stars. We are using those tonight. You get this ribbon, and we're actually not using that. I did try to use it, but I was not successful at it. And then you've got these cards, and then you've got the stickers. Let me get this paper out of here. I don't usually start with showing product, but I figured this will give everybody a chance to get in here. So here's one sheet of the deer, reindeer, and then here, or deer, whatever you want to call them. And then here's all the sticker sheets. So there is a lot of product in here. I'll put that back in here. And then, of course, the Designer Series paper. Goodness gracious, I wish so much that we had this paper in full sheets. I love it. So I don't think I'm going to have any problem creating 3 or 4 more projects using this packet. Chick Candy 45 was posted on my website today. All you have to do is leave a comment on that blog post to enter to win. I did announce the winner of 44, and she's already contacted me, so yay. Okay, so I'm going to make one small change. On box template 13, I made a slight change to the lid. So we'll just call this one 13B. That'll be on my website tomorrow along with this project. So the Old Olive, are we using Old Olive? Yeah, we used Granny Apple Green on the Frankie box. We're using Old Olive for this one, and it measures 8.5 by 8.5. And then the rest of the supplies is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, same color, Old Olive. And then I've got some Whisper White and vellum. And then here is that Designer Series paper that's included. So I've gone ahead and cut that. But I am going to show you how to cut these small strips on the Stampin' Trimmer. So you need 4 pieces that measure 7/16 by 2 1/4. That's why I'm going to show you how to cut that, okay? And then you need 4 pieces that measure 2 by 2 3/4. Okay, so Susan wants to know, where did I get that plastic container? This is the Art Band. I did get it on Amazon, Essentials Art Band, and I posted a link to it on my blog before because it's what I was keeping my Stampin' Blend markers in before we outgrew that box. So we have too many to fit in that art band now, so I use it for other things. But it's perfect to take, you know, a project with you when you're traveling. Okay, so back to the project. We're going to score this at 3 1/8 on all 4 sides. And if you wanted to see how to make the smaller box, let me know and I can give you the link to that on my website. Okay, so 3 1/8 on all 4 sides. And then we need to do the lid. And this is score at 5/8 on all 4 sides. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my bone folder I'm burnishing all those score lines on both the box and the lid. It's so quiet in this house now. Brooke and Elvis and Gizmo came in for the weekend. They were on fall break. And, oh my goodness gracious, those birds make a lot of noise. I love them, but wow, when they leave, it is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to take the trimmer now, and I am going to place this score line and this score line on the track, and then I'm going to remove that section. Okay, so cut. That's trash. And I'm going to do that on all four corners. So just make sure the tip of that score line is in the track. And sometimes when you're trying to line up the bottom one, the top one can shift. So just confirm before you cut. And you can use, on the next step, you can use a ruler and your stylus, or you can just freehand it. I think it's easier just to freehand it. So I'm going to take this score line. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to remember typing the instructions on this. I don't remember doing that. I'm almost thinking that, did I forget to do that? I don't know. I better double check my instructions. Nobody told me it was missing the instructions. I did it several days ago, so maybe I'm just like forgetting that I did it. But now all of a sudden I'm thinking, did I really? Because I remember in my video saying that this step can be confusing. You know, I think I did type it because I think I said, see the diagram or watch the video. I know some of y'all can relate. It's like if you've done something a couple days ago, well, that's like completely forgotten. Okay, I'm just going to burnish those score lines that I made. Okay, so there is our box. And you can glue it if you want, but I don't want to. That's why it's called an explosion box. Okay, so I'm going to cut up to the score line. And then I'm going to trim. On my Frankie box, I alternated where I cut for these. And I decided to go back to the regular way of doing it. That's the only change on 13, template 13, and then 13B. It's just where you're cutting. And let's see, I'm going to take my liquid glue. I think when I was filming my video, I had some trouble at this spot. I think my adhesive wasn't sticking. I think I was in a hurry. Okay, now this side. There's that one. And then this one. Now you can see how this is going to fit. There you go. Voila. So now these little pieces here are going to get attached up here. But before I do that, I'm going to show you guys how to cut those, because I know some of you are wondering. Not all of you. Okay, so those pieces measure, you have 4 pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 7/16. So 7/16 is the teeny tiny mark before the 1/2 inch, okay? So if my 1/2 inch, and I'm going on this side over here, okay? So right there is the 1/2 inch mark. but there is a teeny tiny mark before the 1/2 inch. It's not teeny tiny actually, it's just a smaller mark, and it's right there. So I cut that at 7/16, and then I cut it at 2 1/4. Yeah. And there you have it. So it's easier to work with longer strips when you want to cut it 7/16. If you have a small piece, it's kind of hard to do so. So that's why I started with a 6x6 piece. Okay, now back to our box. So these pieces are going to get added to the front of the box. I just absolutely love this paper. Love it, love it, love it. So this is 2 different patterns that we're using of this paper pack. That paper I just cut to show y'all, that wasn't this paper. That was a sheet of retired paper. I don't want to waste any of this paper because I love it so much. Not even a single piece of it. Okay, so we're just going to cover all the panels. Goodness gracious, I'm going all over the place. It's sliding everywhere. Well, that will definitely not be the front of my box. The liquid glue does dry clear, so it should be okay. Okay. I would say go slower, but I'm not going fast. It's just, you know, sometimes you get fumble fingers when you're live or when you're recording, period. Oh, I even have glue on the bottom of my box. Goodness gracious. Okay. There we go. So for those of you that are on here, how many of you have ordered this product suite, or have you looked at it, or did you miss it? So if you haven't left a comment yet, here's the perfect time to speak up and let us know. Have you seen it? Did you notice it? Did you miss it? Did you order it? When I did the unboxing, I actually said I wish I could buy the paper by itself because I love it so much. Okay. So now I'm just going to add these little strips. And there's the first one. I almost used the other side of this paper, but I'm kind of in a monochromatic mood, so I just stuck with the green, the old olive. Okay, 2 more. I can hear Bella walking upstairs. David's cooking, so she's a beggar. We don't give her table scraps, but she certainly wants them, but we don't give them to her. Sometimes we'll give her a steak bone if we have steak, but not very often. Okay, there's that part. And then which is my favorite on this? Oh, they all look good. Okay, so here's our box so far. This is going to be a really simple project because a lot of stuff is already done for us. So I'm going to take the Embossing Buddy, and I'm going to take this guy here. Now, if you get these, just make sure that you're gentle. You don't want to pull the rack off. Yeah. And I'm taking the adhesive off of the sticker. So you can use your Embossing Buddy to remove the adhesive, so now it doesn't stick to anything. And I'm going to take the 2-inch circle punch and cut out a vellum circle. Now I'm going to take a 1 3/4 circle, and I'm going to add this one to the vellum. Okay. And then we're going to add him with a Stampin' Dimensional. And I think I want to use 2 on him, because if you use just 1, he's a little lopsided. So I'm going to put 2 on him. It's so pretty, right? Okay, there's that part. Now we want to stamp the greeting, so I'm using Old Olive ink. And this greeting is in that stamp set. So this is actually the only stamp that we're using today in that set, but I'll be using more. Now this part of the box was the part that stumped me. It didn't stump me, it just took me a little bit longer to figure out what I was going to do. I kind of went round and round, and then ultimately this is what I decided. So I'm going to cut that out with the classic label punch. And then I'm going to take my scissors and trim it. I didn't want it to have those edges, or that edge, whatever it's called. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to take, I don't know why I put them back in the bag. What was I thinking? Well, I don't want to lose them. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pick one up and place it over here. And then slide it so that it's not on top of any of the letters. And then the same thing over here. I'm just going to use my liquid glue, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it off the box because it's a little bit easier to position it off the box than it is on the box. Because I want to center it. Yeah, that's the most challenging part, is centering that little greeting. Okay, now we want to add this to our box. So I'm just going to turn that over and also put liquid glue back there. But I want to put my lid on so that I make sure I place it where it won't interfere. Let me take the lid back off for a second. I want to squeeze that because I know it's going to slide. Yeah, see. See, I want it to slide down a little because I don't want the lid to interfere with the antlers. I need to add more adhesive on there now since I pulled it back up too. Okay, so let's look at, this is the one we just made. Here's my sample. The only difference is this guy's looking to the right and this guy's looking to the left, but they're the same. And then of course here's the Halloween version. So same box, just different decoration. Okay, so if you need anything, let me know, and have a great day, or great night, a great day, a great week. See you later, guys. Thank you.